Discipline carries you when motivation fades. Motivation is great when you have it. You wake up fired up, ready to work, excited to practice. Energy is high. But here's the problem. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you have it, some days you don't. If your training depends on motivation, your training is inconsistent. And inconsistent training creates inconsistent results. That's why systems beat motivation. A system is a set of automatic behaviors that happen regardless of how you feel. You do it because it's what you do, not because you feel like it. Question: is your training consistent regardless of motivation, or do you only train hard when you feel motivated? Be honest, comment your pattern. Here's the difference. Motivation-based training. I'll train when I feel like it, when I'm excited, when I'm inspired. Result: some days are great, some days nothing happens. Progress is inconsistent. System-based training. I train at these times, on these days, working on these things, regardless of how I feel. Result: consistent action, consistent progress. Motivation gets you started. Systems keep you going. Think about it. Elite athletes don't rely on motivation. They have systems. They train at specific times. They follow specific routines. They do specific work regardless of whether they feel like it. That consistency is what creates excellence. Remember from Stage 2 Video 4 about stacking small wins? Systems are how you stack wins daily, not when you feel motivated, daily. Remember from Stage 2 Video 8 about effort compounding? Effort only compounds if it's consistent. Systems create consistency. Here's how to build systems. Identify non-negotiables. What must happen regularly for you to improve? Maybe it's skill work 3 times per week. Maybe it's conditioning 4 times per week. Maybe it's film study 2 times per week. Whatever it is, make it specific and make it non-negotiable. Schedule it. Systems need timing. Not, I'll do it when I have time, but I do it at this time on these days. When it's scheduled, it's more likely to happen. Remove decision-making. The more you have to decide, should I do this today? The more chances you give yourself to skip it. Make it automatic. You don't decide if, you just do it. Start smaller than you think. Better to have a small system you actually follow than a big system you abandon. Maybe it's 20 minutes of skill work 3 times per week. Small. But if you actually do it consistently, it builds. Here's what will help. Download the Athlete Listening Guide for this video. It has a system builder template where you identify your non-negotiables, schedule them, and track consistency. This turns intentions into actual systems. Here's what makes systems powerful. They work on bad days. When motivation is 0, your system still happens. This is when systems prove their value. They create identity. I'm someone who does this work consistently, becomes part of who you are. That's more powerful than motivation. They compound over time. Small, consistent actions create massive results over months and years. They reduce mental energy. You're not constantly deciding whether to train, you just do what's scheduled. Remember from Video 1 about deliberate practice? Systems ensure deliberate practice happens regularly, not just when you feel motivated. Here's the trap. Systems feel boring. Motivation feels exciting. So athletes chase motivation, watching highlight videos, getting pumped up, instead of building systems. But excitement fades. Systems don't. This week, build one system. Pick one non-negotiable training element, something specific that matters for your development. Schedule it. Specific times, specific days. Do it this week regardless of motivation. Track it in your listening guide. Notice, does it feel different to have a system versus relying on motivation? Over time, build more systems, but start with one. Make it automatic. Think about your current training. How much depends on feeling motivated? How much happens automatically through systems? The more you shift towards systems, the more consistent your progress becomes. Motivation is a spark. Systems are the fuel that keeps burning long after the spark fades. Discipline carries you when motivation fades. Build systems. Stop relying on feelings.